welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayshawn, and thank you so much for clicking on this video today. You already know your girl is back with another story time. Based on the title, you know exactly what I'm about to talk about. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Kayshawn with 3 E's. Y'all already know the drill. Now this is part 4, so the other 3 parts will be linked in the description box below, so make sure you check out those before this one. But y'all already know, without further ado, let's hop right into the story time. Let's go. All right, y'all, so boom, y'all know exactly how I like to start my story times off. Okay, so I left off the last story time when I was getting off work, and you know, I'm sitting on the bus and I get a call from Steve, and he's telling me that little old Myra want to meet up with me. Now, even though, like I said, my job wasn't stressful, wasn't a lot of work or anything, but you know, when you're just getting off work, like, you just be like not in the mood for real. So like, I was talking to him calm, because it's like, I just got off work. I had a long day of classes and everything. I'm tired. I'm trying to get to my dorm and shower and relax, and you really calling me with some bullshit. So, you know, I'm just on the phone. I'm like, I chuckle, I like scoffed. Is that what it's called? Scoff? Look at me trying to use different words. But I like chuckled or whatever, like, like, okay, like, where she want to meet at, right? So Steve is like, where she want to meet at? Like, what you mean? I'm like, what the fuck do you mean what I mean? You just said Myra want to meet up with me. So, like, what's she trying to do? Like, she want to meet up and fight, right? Because I'm like, I'm no dummy. Like, I'm not about to tell her to come to my dorm. I'm not about to come to her dorm or wherever she live, because I'm not stupid. Even though we are grown, we can't fight on campus. Like, bro, I'm not about to fight on campus and get in trouble. Like, what the fuck? No. Especially when we can literally meet outside of campus, like right across the street. It was a plaza you could literally be at that's not on campus. So like, I'm asking like where she want to meet at. Even his apartments, like, we really could have fought at his apartments, because again, he wasn't on campus, right? So I'm asking like, okay, well, where she want to meet at? So he like, no, like, I'm just letting you know, just like, I mean, that really shows how much I did used to care about you, because at least I'm trying to give you a heads up. Like, you know, I'm gonna try to calm her down. I'm gonna see if I could talk her out of it. I said, Steve, you ain't got to talk her out of a mother. You know, it's early in the video. I'm trying not to cuss too much. But I'm like, yeah, you don't have to talk her out of anything. I'm like, boy, I don't give a flying. You ain't got to talk her out of nothing. Like, what's up? What's she trying to do or whatever? So he like, no, like I said, you know, I'm going to talk to her, but I'm just giving you the warning, because, you know, I don't want you to see Myra out and she just run up on you and take off on you. Okay, so I'm like, so she don't want to fight today, right? Like, he like, I don't know, like, I gotta calm her down first and see what she want to do. I said, well, listen, you just let me know the time or place. If you ain't got no information like that, you know, don't really hit my line. Like, you don't need to call me. If when I see Myra, I'm always, you know, I'm just always prepared anyway. So like, if I see her and it gotta be a situation, then it gotta be a situation. Mind you, I'm already on that with Myra, because the last time we seen each other, you know, I pushed her for real. So it's like, I'm already having my head on the swivel for her, because she might want her lick back, which, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, I'm already on that with her, right? So I'm like, okay, well, you know, just don't call me unless, you know, you calling me to set up a time and a place, right? Because Myra ain't got my number, so it ain't like she can call me. So he's mad, y'all. First of all, you talking about, oh, I cared about you this much to inform you. You shouldn't be caring about me at all. Like, you know, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I appreciate the heads up, I guess. But like, how did you even get to the point where you cared about me? Again, I know this is part 4, but I have to reiterate just in case. Y'all, we never talked. We never talked. Well, I never flirted. None of that ever went on. So how did you get to the point about caring about me? But I understand, just because somebody might not feel a way about you, that don't mean you won't care about them. Whatever. Okay, I get it. It wouldn't be me, but whatever. I understand everybody different. But I'm like, okay, so he's mad because he like, you telling me not to call you, but I'm trying to be nice enough to let you know X, Y, and Z. He's more mad that I told him not to call me unless, you know, you scheduling the fight. And I said, well, what else reason would you have to call me anyways? And he like, I mean, I don't want to call you. It's just the fact, like, why are you telling me I can't call you unless this? I said, well, why else would you want to call me, Steve? Like, do you have another purpose of calling me? He like, no, because, you know, I'm with Myra, so I don't have a reason to really call you. But I'm just saying, like, if I wanted to, I should be able to. Hang up on you. Not in the mood. I'm like, Steve, I'm gonna let you go because at this point I done pulled up from, like, I'm about to get off the bus. So I'm trying to get off, get all my stuff, get my ID and stuff out. I'm trying to go up to my room. You calling me about a lot of nonsense, right? So I literally hang up on him, y'all, because it's like I don't feel like telling you bye. I don't feel like having this conversation. I'm tired. So I hang up. So I'm walking into my dorm. He texts me like, yeah, see, you rude as fuck, and here I am trying to be nice to you, but you know what? Fuck that. I'm not gonna try to calm Myra down. So when you see Myra, just know it's up.
Okay.
I didn't ask you to calm the bitch down anyways. I don't care. And it's so funny, like, reading y'all comments. Y'all know I read all y'all comments for the most part. Everybody like, I got a similar story to this. Kay, have we lived the same life? It's so crazy how so many people can relate. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Because that means it's a lot of weirdo guys out there and a lot of delusional people. But it's just so, I find it like so fascinating when people can relate, because, some people be thinking I be lying. And it's like, how can I be lying when it's hundreds of people that could relate to what I've went through or what I'm going through or have a similar story. But anyways, like, y'all be acting like my story is so far-fetched. Like I said, I met a nigga on the moon and we got married on Pluto and da-da-da. Like, what is we talking about? But anyways, so yeah, so he texted me that, saying all of this, and I just didn't respond because I don't care. Like, I'm about to get in the shower, whatever. So, okay, that was it for that day. So, I'm just like chilling in my dorm and stuff. I ended up telling my roommate, like, girl, why did fucking delusional ass Steve call and said might want to meet up with me? And my thing is, how are you calling saying somebody want to meet up with me, but she not even ready to meet up with me? Like, I'm confused. When you called to say that, you should have been saying like, oh, might want to meet up with you. She said meet at my place at 8 o'clock, or like, whatever. Like, how are you not coming with a time frame, but she want to fight me? Like, boy, bye. So this is clearly a joke to me. So like I said, I only work like every other day, like let's say Tuesdays and Thursdays or whatever, or like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like, it don't never be back to back. So it's like the next time I go to work, and it's like ever since these people find out where I worked at, it's like I keep seeing you. But like I said before, I keep trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, because I do work at a computer lab and we're at college. So who am I to say that you don't need a computer? But it just seems like I wasn't seeing you before for real, but now all of a sudden I keep seeing y'all. But whatever. I go to college. I mean, well, I did go to college, but I go to work. Okay, I'm there for a little minute or whatever. Here come fucking little bitty ass Steve. He come walking in. So I'm like, oh my God, instantly roll my eyes. This how I know all of this shit is orchestrated by him, because every time he see me, he got this smirk on his face like he just up to no good. Like, this is all part of his master manipulative plan. Like, he just so, it's like you could tell he's like, what's the word? Like, I don't know. You could just tell, like, even though I wasn't really fighting over him, but it's like you could tell he was excited to have like two girls arguing, fighting, disagreeing, whatever you want to call it. It like hyped him up. I can't think of the word right now, but y'all, it's like he was like feeding off that. Like, he really loves that. But it's like, boy, we not really fighting. Well, I ain't fighting over you because whatever. But anyways, he come in, he just got this smirk like, hey, Kay. And I'm like, hey, Steve, I don't be thinking nothing of it for. I don't really take neither one of them serious. So, like, anything that's going on with them is not enough to affect my mood or my day or really move me. So, like, when I would see him, I would just, like, if he spoke to me, I'm just like, hey, you need a computer? He like, don't try to change the subject. Like, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Myra not with me today. What? So, I'm like, does it look like I'm worried? Because he be trying, like, he's such a gaslighter, y'all. Like, he really be trying to, like, think you doing something. He like, no, I just noticed your face. Like, you ain't got to be worried. I didn't bring Myra. It's just me. My face literally like this. Like, hey, Steve, you need a computer? Like, where did you get it was a worried look on my face? Like, where did you get that shit from? Because do it look like I'm worried about anything? The only thing that got me worried right now is me trying to study for this damn stats exam that I had the next day, y'all. I literally hate statistics. I hate stats, like, that class. And not to even be like anything, like, I don't want this to come off wrong, but let's just say my teacher had a very, very strong accent, and I low-key thought it was unfair for that person to teach, and your accent is so extremely thick to the point that none of us can understand you. And I'm not trying to be like you know, because y'all know, y'all just think everybody just racist, everybody. But like when I tell you, I could not understand. And I was failing the class too. So I just really thought it was unfair. And I want to switch out. But anyways, y'all know I get sidetracked. So I'm over here worried about this stats exam because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand. And I couldn't even switch out that class at the time. Like it was just a whole thing. Why? And they ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But anyways, I'm over here worried about that. And you thinking I'm worried about a Myra. What am I worried about you or Myra for? Am I going to pass this exam or not? I'm over here stressed out. I'm asking my coworker for help. She don't know. It's just like I'm looking up answers on Google, or Google telling me one way to do it, but the way the teacher explained it, at least I thought, because I didn't really understand them, they explained it differently. I'm putting stuff in the calculator. The calculator telling me it's 0.43. When I put it on Google, it's telling me it's 1.56. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, y'all? I'm stressed out about my exam, and here you come in with your bullshit. Your little bitty bullshit you got going on, and you talking about Myra. So I'm just like, do you need a computer or not? Like, I'm not worried about none of that. I don't know. You about she ain't here with me today. Do it look like I give a fuck? Like, don't piss me off right now. I'm just like, you want a computer? So he like, yeah, give me a computer. So he had me his ID. He like, no, like, y'all both too beautiful. Like, I don't think y'all really should be fighting. Like, this stuff is crazy. Like, at the end of the day, what would y'all even be fighting for? Like, you my old thing, this my new thing. Like, it's not even really a big deal. Y'all, mind you, he's just talking. I'm doing my job. Like, I'm swiping his ID, typing in the computer now, but like I'm just letting him talk because again, from like part 2, I had already realized that you were batshit crazy and delusional. So it's not even a reason to even go back. Like you can't. The only way to fight delusional is to be delusional as well, and that is far from my caliber. Like I am not that delusional, so I knew it's no point of even trying to reason with somebody that's delusional because you don't because you're not delusional, you don't understand their mind frame. Like I could not understand it. Like so he had me asking my psychology teacher like he was so yeah, he was so delusional. I'm asking my psychology teacher, I'm in psych 101, like, excuse me, sir, this don't have nothing to do with sleep REM, but do you know what makes a person delusional? Like, we in there talking about the sleeping patterns, REM sleep, all this other stuff, and he like, do y'all got any questions? I'm like, what makes somebody delusional? What makes somebody crazy? Like, he like, hey, this ain't got nothing to do with the topic right now. Like, he like, we're gonna talk about delusional people in about a couple weeks. You two ahead. We on chapter 1. You ready on chapter 10. I'm like, my bad. Because, I'm trying to figure out what makes him like this. Like, I'm confused. So, I'm just swiping his ID, letting him talk, really ignoring him because I don't care. So, he's talking. And in the middle of him talking about how y'all both beautiful, y'all don't need to be fighting, like, I'm just ignoring him. And I interrupt him like, yeah, here you go, 206. He like, dang, like, I wouldn't even finish talking. Like, did you hear what I said? I'm like, not really. Like, I was just completely honest with him. I'm like, not really. He like, no, I was just saying, like, y'all should. I'm like, yeah, I didn't hear what you had to say because, I didn't care what you had to say. I didn't mean it like you should repeat yourself. I mean, I didn't care. So he tried to go along. I said, I have homework to do. Like, I got an exam tomorrow. Like, I don't care about what you got going on for real. Like, I'm trying to study. So he looking over there like desk. He like, what you studying? So I'm like, it's for stats. Like, I don't even know. I'm just saying, I'm like, it's for stats. So can you go away? So he like, well, I really can help you with your baby. I would rather fail the class than get any help from you. You don't got to worry about nothing at all. Please go to your computer. Please exit stage left. Please go away from me. Please, now. And he like, all right, bud, like, just don't forget what I said. Like, I really think all of this is immature and both of y'all need to be the bigger person. What are you, y'all? I thought he was speaking another language. Why are you telling me I need to be a bigger person to some shit I didn't start? I don't have shit to do with this for real. And you over here telling me to be the bigger person. So I'm like, okay, Steve, I hear you. Like, please just go sit down. He like, no, I just thought I'd tell you at the end of the day, like, I still fuck with you. Like, we always gonna be cool. I started just like writing in my notebook. Like, I just finished doing whatever the fuck I was doing, like doing my homework. Cause I'm like, you are literally all over the place. One minute you don't fuck with me, you trying to argue with me. The next minute, like, you trying to make me jealous. The next minute you trying to act like, oh no, I care. Like, like, babe, it's nothing to care about. So he about to walk away. He like, oh yeah, like, we having a party at the apartment this weekend. Like, you should come by. So I'm thinking like, boy, whatever. Like, don't invite me to your motherfucking party. Like, I ain't even listening to him. He go sit down. Okay, that was that. So the next day happens, and my homegirl did end up calling me, telling me like they was having a party for real. And she was like, yeah, the homeboy did tell me to invite you, but I understand if you don't want to go because I know how you feel about not wanting to be around Steve. So you could come with me if you want to, but if not, I understand. So this is my thing, right? Even though I know I told y'all like I did not want to be around Steve at first, and I honestly didn't, but I also was torn between like, no, I didn't care to be around him, but I also really did not give a fuck about him. So, you know, when you really don't care about somebody, you don't even care if they're around or not because they're not affecting you. At first, I was saying I didn't want to be around him because he kept doing weird shit. But it's like at a party, I feel like I didn't necessarily mind. And then at the same time, I know y'all thinking probably like, girl, you gonna go to this party. You know Myra might be there. I wasn't going to like start shit at the party, but I just felt like, you know, when you got tension with people, sometimes you just be want to handle that shit ASAP. Like, I don't got time for it to be weeks going past, then we run into each other at a party. I gotta worry about seeing you at one of the talent shows or one of the little parties or whatever's going on campus, and then I gotta have a problem with you. Like, bitch, if we gonna fight, can we fight and get it over with? Like, that's kind of where I was at with it. Like, I'm not necessarily looking to mess up your party, but like, if Myra see me at the party and want to fight, can we please fight and like be done? And that way we could have handled our situation off campus. Like, I'm not about to go around, you know, just worried about, I wasn't worried about her, but you know, I didn't want to go to other parties and other things and have to be worried about if I gotta fight this bitch. Like, let's just get it over with. That's where I was at with it. So, you know, when my homegirl invited me, I was like, you know what? Hell yeah. Like, hell yeah, I do want to go to the party. Because, first of all, y'all not about to stop me from going to parties. I told y'all it was college parties every week, and I was always down to go. So, he not the it's not like Steve the only one that, like, lived at that house. So, I was down to go to the party. And, you know, if neither one of them said nothing to me, it was just going to be a nice, fun party. Like, I'm not ducking or dodging. No smoke from nobody. And I'm not going places because certain people are going to be there. Now, if it's more of a one-on-one thing, and I think the only reason why I didn't really want to ride with him the last time is because the situation had just happened. It's like I just kind of got into it with you, so yeah, I wanted my space from you, but it's just like I didn't want to be around with you and her and we drinking and all of that. It's like, but at a party, it's a big party. Like, we don't have to even be in the same space, you know. At a car, it's kind of different. You get what I'm saying? Like, we got to be right up on each other, right? Especially in that car because it wasn't no truck. It was just like the back seat. So me, my homegirl, freaking Steve and Myra, all four of us would have to squeeze in the back seat. Like, I ain't trying to be all up on y'all. It just wasn't working, right? So, you know, I'm just like, yeah, I go to the party. I'm not worried about little man or little girl. Like, I'm not worried about them. So she's like, okay, cool, but like, it ain't gonna be none of that. Like, the homeboy already said, like, you know, he gonna make sure you straight. And I'm like, okay, well, like, I appreciate that, but I'm not really worried about nothing for real. She like, I know, like, we ain't worried about nothing, but I'm just saying what he told me to tell you. So I'm like, okay, cool. The party comes up, right? You know, it's Saturday and stuff. We getting dressed. We getting ready because we're going to go to the party. Mind you, sometimes this is the way it worked with the college parties. You never knew who was really throwing it unless you got a specific invite from them. Like how my homegirl called and said that the homeboy was throwing a party. Because most of the time, the way you would get invited is like, y'all know Snapchat was real big at the time. People would just put the address and like the location and the time. And then people would screenshot it on Snapchat and everybody would just post it, right? So you never really knew who was throwing a party unless it was like one of the fraternities and you knew it was a Sigma party or, you know, or an Alpha party or whatever, or unless a specific person said meet at my house at this time, or unless that person invited you, right? So it's like, let's say homeboy posted, oh, apartment 26 at 7 o'clock party. I will screenshot and post it. My homegirl will post it. Maybe my roommate. Like, everybody would just post it. So you would just show up. You know, that's the way it kind of worked for real. Nobody really got like formally invited. Like I said, unless people invited you. For the most part, people would just show up because they knew it was a party there, right? So, okay, cool. So that's basically what happened. Of course, I didn't post this party. I'm just saying, like, that's the way it kind of circulated. So I followed the homeboy on Snapchat. So I seen him post, you know, the location and the time on his page. And then, of course, I seen like random people that I just go to the school with as well. I see them like reposting the same thing, right? So I'm like, okay, look, it looks like it's gonna be a lot of people there. It's gonna be a good time. So like I said, we getting ready or whatever, and my roommate decided to come with us this time too, and I'm with the homegirl, and then we ride with one of our friends that got a car. So, you know, we pull up, we did come a little late or whatever, because we had to, whatever, we came late because I was about to get to explaining. We came a little late or whatever. So we walk in, so the party is already, you know, doing what it's supposed to do. It's lit in there. It's already fucking hot. I like to get here a little bit more earlier than this because I like to settle in my spot and solidify my spot, get my spot in the corner and kind of be there before it get too packed and now you just squeezing through people, right? So whatever. We get there, the party already banging. You know, we make our way over towards where the homeboy was at. That way, homegirl can see homeboy. So we go over there with him. So, you know, he got liquor. So he or apple juice still. It's still apple juice. So, you know, he got apple juice. So, he giving us some apple juice. So, we getting lit. We turning up. We dancing. Next thing you know, I see come walking all through the crowd to make their way over to me. It's the third boy. Remember the third boy from last story time? I should have gave him a name, but I couldn't really think of a name. And, you know, it's just whatever. Some other third thing. So, no.
Or some other third thing.
It's the third boy. So he come walking over there. So he come hug me. So I'm just like, hey. And like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. We flirt with each other, but like it was given one of those things that's like every time we see each other, we just gonna flirt. I didn't really want to talk to him for real because even though he wasn't necessarily friends with Steve, and me and Steve did not talk, I just felt like it was too close to home. You know, when stuff just too close, you be like, I don't even want to go that route. Like, it's not even like he should be off limits. It's just like, for whatever reason, y'all, I sometimes I do see all three of y'all out together. I know that the homeboy is the common denominator or the reason why y'all friends, but it's just like I don't even want to do that to myself, right? So, but nonetheless, he was cute. So, you know, every time we did see each other, we would flirt. We just didn't necessarily exchange numbers, so it's not like we was talking or texting or none of that stuff. We just would flirt. He come over there, so he hugged me, so I'm hugging him. So, you know, of course, he just over there standing by me, like we just talking. He got his little arm around my neck, like playing and like whatever. Like we just like, I don't know, y'all. I couldn't even really tell you what he was doing. We just over there messing around, playing and probably being flirtatious. But because the music and stuff is so loud, you wouldn't even know what we got going on over here unless you're fucking stalking and eavesdropping and watching us from afar. You know, I guess at some point Steve must have noticed because mind y'all, we've been in this party at this time for about like almost 30 minutes. I haven't seen Steve, didn't even really notice him. I know he here, of course, but I wouldn't even try to look his way. I kind of stayed over here with the third boy and homeboy because it's just like I'm not even trying to look your way, right? So at some point he come walk over and he like, oh hey Kay, like how you gonna be at my party and not even speak to me? And I'm like, well, hey, like, you know, it ain't just your party, it's the homeboy party too. But I'm just like, you know, I didn't feel like, and I'm very big on when you come to somebody's house, you know, you kind of speak to them. But this is a motherfucking party. And as long as I spoke to one person here, me and you know we don't really speak like that. So I'm not going to come look for you to come speak to you, right? That's what he tried to kind of like hit me with. Like, how you going to come into somebody's house and not speak? That's real disrespectful. And then, you know, I end up saying all that. I said, well, I spoke with homeboy and I didn't know where you was at. And this is a fucking party. So I'm not about to look through the crowd to find you so I can come speak to you because I don't even want to talk to you anyway. So it's like, yeah, I understand like it normally is considered rude, but I just feel like in this case this was under different circumstances, so it was a little bit different. Like I don't gotta speak to you, boy. Like if I see you and you speak to me, I don't mind saying hi, but I don't look for you to come talk to you, right? So cool, he speaks. So I'm thinking like, okay, after we kind of said hi to each other, like, you know, go away, go wherever you was at, because like we was ducked off like in the corner. So it's like, you do not have to be over here with us. Like, what is you like, what's going on? So it's like, at that point, the third boy, he walked away to do something, but he had ended up coming back. Oh, he got a shot cups or whatever. Because mind you, my homegirl kept pouring it in my mouth, but because it was so packed in here, she's spilling in the shit. It's going down my chin. So I asked the third boy, do they got cups? Like, go give me a cup or a shot cup or whatever. So by this time, he came walking back and he had the cups. So, you know, we started pouring shots in our cup, and when he came back, he put his arm back around my neck, y'all. So mind you, I don't know if Steve didn't pay attention before, or like he never noticed that the third boy was putting his arm around me or whatever. But when he came back and gave me that shot cup and he put his arm around me, it's like you could literally see the change in fucking Steve's eyes. It was like a light switch went on, like his demon time got activated, like something went on in his mind that's activated his crazy delusional side, because like that shit must have pissed him off. And mind you, I wasn't doing anything, but I definitely wasn't trying to piss him off or like, you know, make him jealous. Like I wasn't looking to do none of that because I didn't tell the third guy to put his arm around me, but I also didn't move it either because, you know, I kind of liked it a little bit. But I wasn't looking to make him jealous or nothing. Like I'm grown as hell. I'm not in the business of doing none of that, okay? So it's like when he did that, I just seen like some change in his eye that it just was like, oh, he about to start acting crazy, right? So, you know, I kind of paid attention, but I was just like, oh, I don't know what to do. So what was going to happen? But he did end up taking a shot with us. So he took a shot with us, and mind you, you, the third boy, he had, everybody want to be a rapper. I always say this. They always want to be a rapper. So he had the DJ play, this the third boy. He had the DJ play like one of his songs. And it was kind of known around just the campus, or I don't know if it was known back in his hometown. But, because he is somebody that a lot of people know, a lot of people was supporting his music. So he had the DJ put his song on or whatever. So, we kind of rap it along to the song a little bit. Like, I know some parts, but I don't really know the song a lot, but I do hear it, every so often. So I knew a couple parts, right? So he rapping to his song. All of this, he rapping. And for some reason, y'all, this drunk girl, she falls. Well, not for some reason, because she's drunk. That's why she fell. She fell, and she fell like on the DJ equipment, y'all. So when she fell, she had end up unplugging his DJ stuff and all of that. So, and some stuff fell down. The speaker fell back like kind of on his stand, and things got unplugged. So, everybody like, oh shit, like what the fuck? So the DJ is trying to like get his equipment back up and working, but because it's the third boy's song, he kept rapping it. Like, even though the music went off, he kept rapping. So he did all of this. Next thing you know, it's like all of a sudden it want to turn into a fucking rap battle, because they trying to like keep rapping until the DJ get the music back going. So it's like the third boy was rapping at first, and then out of nowhere, here come fucking Steve. Now he want to start busting out a rap. Like, nigga, when have you ever been a rapper? Like, what is you talking about? So he come in, of course, I don't remember what he was saying. He come with some little tired ass, not making sense, fucking Dr. Seuss ass raps. He like, fucking shrink, blinkety blink, and trying to make me think, want to go to my sink and vomit, clean it up with comment. Earth is my planet.
Shrink, blinkety blink, try to make me think, want to go to my sink and vomit, clean it up with comment. Earth is my planet.
I think that's Melba most funny. But anyways, it was giving rhymes like that. Like, boy, what is you even saying? So it's like he started rapping. So the third boy, he started rapping back again. Like, it's like they kind of battling each other a little bit. He started rapping another part of his song. So he like, yeah, da-da-da-da, all of this. Here come fucking Steve. He want to come back and he like, I got to watch. It's a swatch. And when my mom was watching my clothes, she used balayage. So
I got to watch. It's a swatch. And when my mother does my clothes, to get them clean, she uses balayage.
Of course, like, they going back and forth rapping. This was so long ago, I can't really remember what they was rapping about, but it was just something of the sort. Like, I'm just saying some stuff. But this is the thing, though. It went back on the third board, this, like, third round or whatever, because the fucking DJ, I'm thinking, like, can you please get your equipment back up? But it's like the girl knocked down the speaker. When she fell, she tried to, I guess, I didn't see her fall until, the lights and stuff came on. I realized she fell. But when she fell, she must have tried to, like, grab on to something, and she ended up grabbing, like, a lot of his cords out or some shit. Like, it just was a lot. So I'm thinking, like, DJ, please hurry up, because they over here having a rap battle. But of course the rap battle keep going on, because people, everybody geeking them up. They're like, oh yeah, like, he's saying that shit, like, they geeking them up. So of course they going back and forth and they still rapping. So it's like third boy did his little third round, whatever round you want to call it, and then next thing you know, Steve third round, again, I can't really remember, but he tried to throw, you could tell he tried to like throw shade at me and Myra, like, little situation. I'm just about to make up something, but he like, I got a new bitch and my ex is mad. Yeah, but I don't give a fuck, cause I'm glad. She trying to act like she don't care, but she really sad. Like, just something like that. He like, I got these hoes fighting over me. I don't understand. Why can't we just agree? I'm coming up with anything. He like, yeah, I don't want her ass no more. My new bitch cold. The other bitch got a fold. Like, I don't know. He just saying something, y'all. Like I said, I literally cannot remember. But he's saying something that I just know is aimed towards me and Myra, and like throwing shade. And even though I'm not really his ex, I think in his head, he considered me an ex. Like, I'm confused. So, he throwing his little shade. So, I'm just over here looking at my homegirls and stuff. I'm just like, just like rolling my eyes, because I already pick up on the shade. But, boy, I do not care. Like, boy, you think you're about to get a rise out of me, and you're really not, because I don't give a fuck, right? So, eventually, the DJ, he get his equipment back working, so the music get going, right? So, it's like, okay, they stop and rapping and stuff. Like, they kind of dap each other up, because they like, yeah, we did that shit or whatever, like, whatever. So, So it's like, okay, I see Steve leave. Like, he ended up going back into the crowd. Because, mind you, it's a little dark. It's not pitch black in here because the DJ, he got little, you know, the disco lights and stuff on his stuff. So it's not pitch black. So, you know, it ain't super dark. You can still see somebody walking up on you. It's just not super bright. So it's like, yeah, Steve ended up disappearing into, like, the crowd or whatever. So it's like the third boy, he's still over there with me. Like, we kind of like, we not dancing on each other, but you know how you just vibe out. He still got his little arm around my little shoulder. So, you know, we kind of just vibing out like this or whatever. Like, we all drinking, we taking our shots, we having a good time. Next thing you know, it's like, okay, a song come on where majority of the girls might twerk or whatever. We haven't seen Steve this way in a minute. Next thing you know, the song come over. Mind you, Myra here. I never knew Myra was here because I didn't see her. And, you know, she is really short. So even in the crowd, unless I'm looking over, like, or looking for her, I can't see her because she's short. Like, you know, everybody kind of over her. And it's dark. So it's like, you know, next thing you know, I see Myra here. So I'm like, okay. Mind you, I'm not fazed by it because if she don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. Ain't like I got a vendetta against her or when I see her, it's on sight. Like, bitch, I don't have it on sight with you. You know, you kept bumping me. I pushed you. You know, I really ain't trying to necessarily fight you because if Steve is shorter than me and Myra is shorter than Steve, what I look like, come on now. I'm just not really on that unless, again, she keep trying to fight me. Then fuck tall versus short. It is what it is, because you're not gonna keep picking with me and thinking because you small you can't get touched. No, I'm trying to spare you because Steve got short man syndrome, so you might have little girl syndrome. I'm not sure, but I'm also not gonna keep letting y'all fuck with me and think, oh, because y'all smaller than me, I'm supposed to give y'all a pass. No, leave me the fuck alone, okay? So it's like, okay, she don't come over here, then I'm cool. I ain't gonna do too much. Let's just say if I'm standing where I'm at, y'all know we always gotta demonstrate. If I'm standing where I'm at, it's like, okay, we didn't see Steve and them at all. Next thing you know, this is them out the frame. Like the pillow out the frame, this is them out the frame. Next thing you know, I see them walking over, whatever. The song come on. It's like Steve literally turned Myra around, bent her down so she could start dancing on him. My thing is, that's fine, but why you come from all the way over there to dance in front of us right here? Like, I just personally feel like you didn't have to maneuver through the crowd to get your dance on. Wherever y'all was at in the beginning, way over there, out of sight, she could have danced on you over there. And my thing is, I'm not even moved. Like, it's not like her dancing on him bother me. It's the fact that I feel like you try to do it in my face. Like, you're coming over here to, like, antagonize me or just, like, do some weird shit. Like, I just find it weird. So, you know, I noticed that they come over here. So, like, they trying to dance in front of my face or whatever. So, me and my homegirls, like I said, my roommate and my homegirl, like, we cracking up. Like, we tapping each other. I'm like, you know, look at this. Because it's just funny. Like, it's not like I'm bothered by them. But it's just a funny situation because I never seen nobody at that point in my life really act this damn delusional. Well, I never seen a guy that I did not date act like this. Because y'all know I'd have been Kendra friend, thing one friend. I've seen people act crazy. Look at him. I've seen people... Okay, you ain't gotta kick me now. I've seen people act crazy and delusional, but I've never witnessed a guy act this delusional and we never dated. Like, I've had delusional guys, like, let's say we dated, we talked, you really like me, I stopped talking and you act delusional. At least then I can kind of see, because it's like I gave you this good bobcat. So, yeah, it's gonna make you act a little crazy. But it's like, bro, I didn't give you anything, no kiss, no nothing. Like, we never flirt, we never talked, and you're being this crazy. So, it was like comedy to me. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm tapping them like, look at this, like, and we laughing because I'm like, oh my God, not them trying to do too much in front of me. So, you know what? I said, fuck it. You know, I'm drinking my apple juice. You want to play a game? Let's fucking play. Like, I love to play games. So, you know, I feel like they came all the way over here so they can dance in my face. So, since y'all want to dance in my face, guess what Kay's about to do? Baby, I'm going to return the favor, okay? You want to dance in front of me? Let me dance in front of you. So, what do? I pull a third guy over and I shake the JCs. I mean, I'm shaking them to the left, shaking them to the right, throwing it in a circle, bending down. Like, I'm doing the one leg up. Like, I'm pulling out my best moves because I wasn't even really going to do this. But it's like, fuck it. Y'all want to play? Let's play. I'm not even really bothered. But you know when people don't even affect you, but you feel like you don't bother me. But you also not going to play on my face. Like, you want to play a game? We're going to play. That's how I was feeling. Like, it was comedy to me. So, you know, I'm dancing on the third boy. I'm throwing it back. Like, he got his homeboys holding him up. Like, I'm going crazy. Yeah. You want to do it? Let's do it. So, I'm doing my big one. So, mind you, I'm looking back. Like, the boys is holding him up or whatever. I'm looking back. I'm dancing. And all of a sudden, I feel somebody pulling on my arm. So, I'm snatching back because I'm thinking like, oh, who is it? Is it Myra? Is it freaking Steve? What's about to go on? Like, who pulling on me? So I snatch back and I feel them grab me again. By the time I look up, it's Eddie. Now, hold up. Now, wait a minute. It's Eddie pulling me up off him. Now, listen. I know I told y'all, man, Eddie, we ain't together. But, he don't really play that shit. Like, we ain't together. But, sometimes, like, that title really don't mean nothing to these niggas, clearly. So he pulled me up off fucking third boy. He like, get over here. Like, what the fuck you doing? But, like, he, like, not super serious. But he like, what you doing? I'm just like, no, nigga, what you doing? Like, hold up. Because it was just one of those things that, like, we ain't together. But, like, of course, we don't just, like, dance on people in front of each other. You get what I'm saying? Like, we do have a level of respect for each other. But it's just, like, I ain't about to get in trouble necessarily. But it's just, like, he see me. So he pulled me off him. So I'm just looking around like, don't be pulling me. Don't be embarrassing me out here. And he's like, what the fuck you doing? And mind you, like I said, Eddie came because he didn't even know this was, like, Homeboy and Steve party. Because like I told y'all before, people would just put it on Snapchat or it might just be word of mouth. And of course, he never knew where Steve lived at because it ain't like he ever been to his house. So he don't know that when he see apartment 46 or whatever apartment I said, he don't associate that apartment with like Homeboy or Steve. He don't fucking know. He just coming to a party, right? So, I was just like, oh, fancy seeing you here. Hey. So, he hugged me or whatever. Like, look at you. Like, calm your little ass down. So, and of course, like I said, he just smiling because I ain't in trouble. Like, he know I'm a party girl. He know I want to dance. He know I'm going to do all of that, right? But, if he see it, he just going to yank me up, I guess. Shit, I don't know. This is my first time getting yanked up by him. So, like, I ain't know. I ended up saying hi to his friends, that he was with. So, I was telling him, like, now, this is Steve and Homeboy party, right? Like, this they house. So he like, oh, is it? Mind you, he don't got no problem with Homeboy. Homeboy ain't got no problem with him. They seen each other. They play basketball and stuff with each other, everything. Them two don't have no problem, right? So, and even the third boy, like, he know Eddie. The third boy know I talked to Eddie because I told you, like, when you get one of those people that know everybody kind of knew I talked to Eddie. I think the third boy just really didn't give a fuck. But I also think that was another reason why he didn't, like, take it too far with me either. Like, we would flirt, but he just knew, like, we just knew what it was, y'all. It's, like, hard to explain. But I told him, like, a Steve party. So he kept calling him, like, ever since, like, he started calling him Dr. Evil's mini-me. Y'all know from Austin Powers, and he got the mini-me. But he like, so we got to see Dr. Evil's mini-me. Like, just kept saying that. So I'm just like, yeah, he's somewhere around here. I'm just giving you the heads up. Because it wasn't no static, but, I'm just telling him since he here. So I'm like, I didn't know you was going to be here. He like, I wasn't, but, I got off work early, and the homies that called me saying, come through, or whatever. So we just decided to pull up. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'm over there talking with them. They got apple juice too, so I'm drinking apple juice with them as well. So he do come over and he speak to my roommate and my homegirl, and he speak to Homeboy and stuff. So it's like, it's all cool, whatever. So I'm just thinking like, yeah, sorry third boy, but my little boo daddy here, so I gotta stay over here. I gotta stay over here with him now. So sorry. I know we had a little thing going on with, boo daddy here now. So, he outranks everybody, okay? So I'm over here kicking it with him. So the whole time Eddie here, nothing's going on at the party, y'all. Everybody, like, cool. I don't see Steve coming over here. I barely really see Myra. Like, everything is kind of going good. So now the party starts to die down, right? It's time to, because like I said, when we have parties in the apartments, especially when we upstairs or, like, over somebody, the parties only last so long because they eventually call the police and it gets shut down, right? So the party starts getting shut down. Mind you, of course, because this is the Homeboy house, my homegirl was staying behind a little bit just like to make sure the Homeboy was okay, but she rolled with us, so of course we stand behind as well to be with her. Like, some people are lingering in the hallway because we upstairs, we like on the second floor, I believe, so we making sure everybody okay. Majority of the people are leaving, so the police end up leaving, but it's still a couple of people lingering. Now of course, because the Homeboy is here, the homegirl is here, and because my homegirl is here, we're still here, and because I'm still here, Eddie kind of still here. Now because this is Steve's house as well, Myra is still here, and like a couple of her friends or whatever too, but it's still other people, like the other roommates people. It's still a good like 30 people that's still behind. Like, majority of the people left, but it's still a couple people behind. Mind you, we are drunk off apple juice, laughing like in our own world. All of a sudden, y'all, we in the house, they straighten up, they talking about whatever, I don't know, we just still lingering in the house. All of a sudden, you hear fucking Steve like, Myra, no, Myra, don't do it. He yells that, but when we look over at Myra, y'all, like, picture I'm Myra at this point. Myra was sitting there like this, like, she looks so confused. And Steve is like shaking her arms like, don't do it, don't do it. And Myra like, don't do what? Like what? Like she just, I can't hear her, of course, because she not as loud as fucking Steve was. Her face was just like this, like, and y'all, now of course looking back now, I know what happened. But once he said that, my drunk off apple juice mind, I automatically associated that with like something to do with me, considering, you know, our history. So I was looking like, what? Like, why he telling Myra not to do it? Myra looking like she owns something, even though she really wasn't, y'all. But it's just like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm just looking like, so I just get to talking my shit off rip. Like, I am drunk off this apple juice. I'm like, nah, bitch gonna touch me. I bet a bitch don't touch. Like, I get to just run out my mouth, y'all. It's so funny because I'm low key cringing at myself because the way I turned up, like, automatically, like, I don't even know if it was directed towards me, but I'm like, it's only a few people here. Fucking Steve is holding Myra back. Like, is she trying to get me? Like, I don't know. So I'm just like, ain't no bitch gonna touch me. I dare a bitch to touch me. Roommate, I dare a bitch to touch. Like, I'm all loud. So I guess now Myra turning up because Myra feel like it's towards her, which it kind of is. Well, which it is. Ain't no kind of it is. So Myra just like, let me go, Steve. Like, if somebody want to fight me, we can fight. It's not a big deal. I don't give a fuck. Size don't matter. If somebody want to fight me, they can fight me. So now Myra saying that. So I'm like, oh no, this bitch is definitely talking to me. So I have moved my homegirl out the way, because like, let's say Myra is y'all like in front of me, my homegirl in front of my face, like, hey, just chill. So I move her out the way. I'm looking towards my, I'm like, bitch, what you want to do? Like, you been had static with me. What's up? Like, what's the problem? It's nothing but space and opportunity. Like, we can do whatever we need to do. Like, I'm just yelling. She like, well, if you want to fight me, we can fight, bitch. I didn't have no problem with you. You don't want to fight me. So, you know, at the time, of course, I'm not thinking of, I didn't put two and two together. I'm like, bitch, yeah, I do want to fight you. Like, what's up? What the fuck you want to do? So Eddie is like, girl, you're not about to fight. Like, Eddie pulled me. Like, hey, you here, she here. You, what's going on? You not about to do that. I'm like, no, Eddie, you already know, like, the history. Like, remember I told you she was bumping me, this, that. He like, I understand that, Kay, but we bigger than that. Like, we ain't even trying to do that. Come on, let's go ahead and leave. So, you know, the homeboy's like, yeah, Kay, like, don't even do that. Like, you know, it ain't even worth it, girl. We had a good time. Like, let's not ruin the night. I'm like, no, because I'm sick of this bitch. Like, you're not going to keep trying to fight me everywhere we go. Like, let's just get the shit over with. So, it's like, Steve kind of went from acting like he was holding Myra back to when I said that, he was like, you know what, Kay? You right. Like, y'all might as well go ahead and duke it out. Just fight it out. Like, get this shit over with. Because I'm tired of the back and forth about me. I'm tired of the arguments about me. Like, y'all might as well just fight it out. I couldn't even say it with a straight face, y'all. Like, I'm like, now all of a sudden you tell me something, we might as well fight it out. Like, y'all, you tired of people fighting over you, baby? Who's fighting over you? Please don't ever get it fucking misconstrued, bitch. Nobody is fighting. Well, I don't know what Myra got going on, but I'm not fighting over you. I'm fighting because this bitch won't leave me alone. So he like, yeah, y'all might as well. So he trying to tell all the guys, like, no, Eddie and y'all, let them fight it out, because enough is enough. I'm tired of the back and forth. It's too much. Let them just go ahead and fight it out. You know, the homeboy, even the third boy, Eddie and them, they like, no, nigga, like, we not about to let nobody fight it out. Like, they not about to do that. So Steve's like, y'all, you know what, I don't know, like, y'all must never had nobody fight over y'all, so I feel like this is the perfect way to end it. Just let them fight it out and be done. So, you know, Eddie and them was looking at him like, the fuck is you talking about? Because who even said something like that? Y'all must never had nobody fight over you. No, nigga, you never had nobody fight over you, and today won't be your day either. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, everybody kind of looking at Steve like, nigga, shut the fuck up. And like, he's trying to hold Eddie and them back, but you know, a simple push from Eddie will get Steve, you know, that way, because he's so little. So Eddie like, man, watch out, they not about to fight. Like, and I'm like, no, bro, like, we can get it, it's whatever. Like, I'm sick of this shit. Like, you doing too much, blah, blah, blah. Everybody kind of trying to like hold both parties back. But you know, I'm not even really pissed at her. I'm just irritated by the whole situation, and I'm fed up and I'm tired of it. And I'm drunk off apple juice, so it's like, it's times 10 right now. So yeah, I do want to fight her, y'all, because I'm like over it. Like, you coming up to my job, you starting shit. Like, it's just too much nonsense. And then last time I heard, then you tell fucking Steve, like, you want to meet up with me. Like, I'm just ready to fight this shit out and be done with it, right? So they not really letting me get to her. Eddie want to give me this pep talk, all of this, blah, blah, blah. So I get to picking up shit, y'all. I'm throwing it at her, because now, like, I'm on that. You know, sometimes when you can't get to people and you drunk off that apple juice, you like, something gotta hit her, right? So I'm throwing stuff or whatever. It's just like random, like, empty cups and stuff that's there. I'm throwing it her way. I pick up this water bottle. It's a mini one too, kind of like her. It's about the same size as her. I'm just playing. Let me stop for, you know, y'all think, you know, whatever. Anyway, so I pick up a mini water bottle. It's kind of like a little water in there, but not much. I throw it at her, y'all. It hit her. So now Myra is really mad, like, and she's pissed, and she's just like kind of swinging on the homeboy. Like, Steve, of course, wasn't trying to hold her back no more, but the homeboy went over there like hold her back because, of course, they didn't want us to fight. So, of course, if she down here, the homeboy is kind of like up here. So she just looks so cute, like swinging on the homeboy, and it's just like she couldn't get free. Them little hits wasn't really doing nothing. Like, it's like her little punches is just like, it's just like she's punching because she want to get free, but it's just so cute and little, y'all. I can't even be mad for real. It looks so cute, and it's like at that moment I was like, hey, you're not about to fight this girl. I'm just like, I'm not, in a way, I'm on demon time right now. Like, I'm not even gonna do this to this girl. Like, I'm not. So I'm just like kind of calming down a little bit because I'm just looking. So it's like I'm not trying to charge at her no more, but I'm just standing there because I'm like, okay, well, I didn't riled her up. So if she still want to fight me, like, I give it to her, but I'm not gonna try to like go towards her no more because it just wasn't even worth it no more. So I'm sitting there and I'm just looking, and like I'm like, okay, if she get free, it is what it is. So the homeboy is just like, no, Myra, you not about to fight. Like, y'all not about to fight. Y'all not doing this. So he holding Myra. So Eddie and them, like, they like, come on, let's just leave out. Come on. They get to pushing me towards the door. Homeboy is holding Myra. We end up getting separated, y'all. I'm going down the stairs and I'm just laughing with my homegirls because they laughing too, and I'm just like, this shit not making no sense. I'm telling Eddie, like, you know what, even though I wasn't charging her no more, I'm like, Eddie, you should have let me fight her because I'm trying to dead this. Like, I'm sick of this. He's like, no, I feel you. Like, I know, but it's like, it's not worth it. Like, she too small for you, bro. Like, just leave it alone. I'm like, yeah, but I'm tired of this shit, y'all. Anyways, we end up leaving. Like, I guess Myra stayed there. I don't really know because we end up going in our car and we end up leaving. So I'm not sure what happened with her, but that was that night, right? Okay. We're going to fast forward because I know y'all just like, what happened? So we're going to fast forward. Okay. Time go on. Like, we went to other parties where we seen each other. We ain't said nothing. We didn't even, nothing was nothing. So going into the next semester, right? This the whole new next semester, okay? Mind you, I still work at the computer lab or whatever, but it's a new semester. This bitch ends up being in one of my classes, right? So, of course, it's college class, so you, for the most part, you get to pick your seats and stuff like that. Any teacher that actually have a seating arrangement in college, like, they just a lame. Like, no college professor actually gives a seating chart or arrangement in college class. They don't do that. So, of course, you get to sit anywhere. So, we just keep our distance and stuff. We not really, we don't say nothing to each other. I'm up here. She, like, down there sitting down, whatever. It was nothing. Like, I just noticed we was in the class together. So, cool. We're in class together for, like, a couple weeks. We ain't said nothing to each other. We barely looked each other way. It is what it is, right? So, one day, whatever, this is, like, weeks later and stuff. So one day we sitting out in like the hallway, they got like benches and stuff so you could sit out there and wait for like, your professor to come. We waiting for him to come to open up the door so we can go in. So it's like, let's say if this class started at like 11:30, it's 11:30. So as soon as 11:30 hit, and your professor ain't there, we can't wait to leave. But like, it's some rule that you at least supposed to wait 15 minutes before you able to leave a class and say like the professor didn't show up or whatever, because they could just be running late. So if your class started at 11:30 and it's 11:30, you can't just leave because the professor ain't there. You gotta wait at least till 11:45, right? Unless you get an email saying he not coming or whatever, right? So we just waiting. So it's 11:30 or whatever. So we still just sitting out there because we waiting to see if the professor gonna show up. People refreshing their email because we can't wait to get that email saying class is canceled. So we just sitting there waiting. But while we waiting, I'm writing my agenda or whatever, and I go to put it back in my book bag, and my pen, like I was holding my pen, but I end up dropping it, whatever. So my pen end up rolling, y'all. It rolls. So I'm trying to catch it or whatever. Guess who picks it up? Myra. She pick up the pen and she like, oh, here you go. So, I ain't gonna be no bitch. I ain't gonna be rude. I'm like, oh, thank you. She like, oh, no problem. So it's just like, I feel like she tried to extend the olive branch a little bit, and she just was like, can I talk to you? So I'm like, oh my God, like, here we go. I just was thinking like, so I just was like, what's up? So, we go, I went to go sit back down. So she come over like by me and stuff. We still waiting for the professor. So she just like, I just want to say, to be honest, like, I know this shit was like a long time ago. Mind you, it was just last semester, but maybe that's a long time to some people. But she like, I know this shit was like a long time ago, but I just really want to say, like, to be honest, I never really had a problem with you. Like, I don't know what your problem was with me, or like why you said all that stuff about me and why you wanted to fight me, but like, I didn't even have no problem with you. So I was really confused. So I said, what? I said, what stuff did I say about you? She like, I ain't trying to keep speaking on old shit, but like, you was calling me ugly, saying I was short, saying my hair was this way, and you ain't like me, and why would he talk to somebody like me? I'm out of here, like all this stuff. And I said, Myra, I never said shit about you. So she like, no, because like, Steve would say that you said this, but he didn't want me to say nothing because he didn't want to stir up no drama, even though it ended up being drama anyways. But Steve said you said X, Y, and Z. I said, Myra, let me tell you. I said, I never said nothing about you. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And she like, no, because that time I came to the library, like, he was saying that, because y'all used to talk, like, you was kind of like hating on me and you didn't like me. When I left from the library, like, you was telling homeboy all this stuff about me, and homeboy ended up telling Steve, and Steve told me. And I'm just like, and he was like, and then, like, when that time, like, y'all came and y'all was about to pick us up, he was telling me, like, we couldn't ride with y'all because you didn't like me and you didn't want to be in the same car as me. And I was ugly and all of this. Like, basically, long story short, all the little stuff that y'all kind of speculated from all the little times, basically Steve delusional weird ass was feeding this girl all these lies, saying that I felt all these type of ways about her, saying all this bad stuff about her that y'all know, of course, I did not say. I said, you know what's so funny, Myra? Let me tell you something. I said, the thing is, me and Steve never ever talked. She like, wait, y'all, like, you not really like his ex, like, I mean, not ex-girlfriend, but he said, y'all was talking heavy and, you was mad because he wanted to talk to me instead. I said, Myra, let me hold your hand with a napkin in between it when I tell you this, okay?
Because I'm going to hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this.
Because I still don't know. I got to still fill you out a little bit. I said, me and Steve literally never talked. The thing was, I said, Steve ended up liking me, and because I was going through something at the time, and because Steve is not really my type, he much shorter than me, I didn't like him, but he still really liked me, so I didn't give him the time of day. I said, so he got this delusional thing about me, and he keeps saying we talked and we didn't, but we never talked. So when you started coming around, I always felt like he just tried to make me jealous because he was mad that I didn't talk to him, and it was never a thing. So I'm confused. She like, what, that makes sense. I remember at the library where you kept saying like, we never talked and I didn't like you, but I thought you was just saying that because you was mad that he brought another girl around. Like, everything is just starting to click for her. She like, yeah, because we don't even talk no more because he started being weird and blah, blah, blah. Like, she just started telling me about like their little situation, that I really didn't care about. But hey, we got 15 minutes to wait, so I'm just sitting here listening. So she like, yeah, I always thought that because I'm just thinking like, yeah, like you kept saying y'all didn't talk, but Steve was saying you was just saying that because, you was mad that I came around. And I was like, no, Steve is just a fucking liar. He's a delusional, crazy, weird ass dude. And she like, yeah, because now that you say this makes sense, and now that you say that makes sense. Like, she just was kind of having like this light bulb moment and like running down all the scenarios like X, Y, and Z. And she was like, well, I do want to say I'm sorry because the only reason I was acting how I was acting is because Steve was saying you want to fight me and you felt this way about me and all of this. And I said, it's crazy because Steve called me one day and told me you want to fight me too. And she was like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I promise on everything, I never ever said I want to fight you, never said I want to meet up with you, never said nothing bad about you, for real. Like, I never was doing that. She like, everything I was doing was because I thought you felt the way about me. And I said, yeah, and that's what's crazy because I only started to give you static because I started feeling how you was feeling towards me based off Steve's lies. So I started giving you static, which made you think that I really had static. So we both just giving each other static really for no reason, which I kind of already assumed, but I also didn't know what kind of girl Myra was. So I didn't know if she was like territorial over her nigga, so she like wanted to act a certain way about me. It's just like, I didn't know. So basically, while we sitting there waiting for that 15 minutes, we kind of just went over everything. We realized what I already knew, that Steve was a delusional, weird ass nigga. And she like, well, I'm just sorry. Like, even the night that we was about to fight, I kept saying like, you want to fight me, I don't even want to fight you. And then thinking back on it, I'm like, you was saying that, because remember I told you, she kept saying like, what's going on, like you don't want to fight me. And at the time, because I was drunk, of course, I'm not paying attention to it. But now that I realized, I was like, you was saying you don't want to fight me, but I kept saying, no bitch, you want to fight me. But now at this point, we started realizing that 2 + 2 was equaling fucking Steve. Okay, he's the fucking problem. Okay, so I'm just telling her like, well, I am glad that we could kind of hash this out, because we walking around with problems or tension, for no fucking reason. Like, it don't even have to be that. She like, yeah, well, I am just sorry because like, I don't know, I let Steve feed me some bullshit, and I didn't even really know the real situation. I didn't even know what's going on. So since she apologized, I'm like, you know what, well, I'm sorry too, because I'm just trying to be the big person, because I didn't really know what I was sorry for, because it's not like I wanted to attack her because of what Steve was saying. I was only going based off her actions. So I kind of feel like I really ain't do nothing wrong, because it's like you gave me static first and then I just gave it back. But it's just like I'm gonna apologize because we both just, apologizing, and it just seemed like the right thing to do. I'm all for, hashing shit out, especially if it ain't really no smoke for real. So, I told her sorry, whatever. So we just said, I'm like, that's crazy, because he really is weird. She like, yeah, I realize how weird he is, because X, Y, and Z. Like, she started telling me other stuff. But yeah, at the end of the day, we kind of talked that out, and it wasn't really no problem no more. I never talked to Steve. She don't talk to Steve no more. And yeah, it just was what it was. But I'm like, I already knew this weird ass nigga was feeding her stuff, because I'm like, why out of nowhere do she want static with me? Why does she want to fight me? Why she got all these problems? Like, I could not understand why, but I see why, because you got this nigga lying to you. And Steve, you such a weirdo. Like, you are so weird. Oh my, y'all. Like, why would you be lying to this girl about... anyways, y'all. So that's basically it. That's what happened. Steve, we're gonna talk about him in the future. Maybe, we'll see. I don't know, but yeah, y'all. But yes, y'all, that is the end of my story time. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Make sure you thumbs up this video, comment down below, and make sure y'all are subscribed. Also, y'all, this is gonna be the last Black History shout out, so let's do that. This shout out goes to Charles B. Brooks. He invented the street sweeper truck, and he's credited with creating the first mechanical street sweeper. His invention was a horse-drawn vehicle equipped with rotating brushes that helped clean dirt and debris from the streets more efficiently than previous methods, such as like a hand or with a simple broom. So a shout out to you, because can you imagine trying to keep your neighborhood and the streets clean, but you have to do it by hand? Using like a broom or like a dustpan and like shovels. Like, imagine going out into the streets and having to literally clean your streets with a broom or something. So when y'all see like the little street sweepers out there, the little trucks keeping y'all streets clean, y'all gotta thank Mr. Brooks for that, because listen, without him the streets really would be dirty. Because let's be honest, like, especially in this day and age, how many people was really gonna be out there with a broom out there sweeping the street? I know it wouldn't be me, but maybe y'all didn't mind that, but that's a lot of labor. Okay, that's a lot of labor. I'd rather get into a little truck and just drive down the street and let the truck clean the streets itself than me manually going out there and using my strength to sweep and do all of that. And then some of that stuff be like stuck on the ground. It'd be hard to sweep up. Like, what if it's gum? And like, imagine trying to sweep up sticky stuff and nasty little grimy like So thank you, Mr. Brooks, for keeping our streets clean. Okay, but y'all already know, until next time, I'll see you in my next video. Peace.